I mean, I don't see how we can't be happy about that.
Decomposing, you mean Butler?
It should. So I immediately, set myself up, to expect a release. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Raider Nation. It's a turf exclusive. I know, I've been slacking. I admit it. There's a lot going on, It's always a lot going on, right? I say that a lot, but it actually is a lot going on. Always is. The Crump household, man, you got 3 kids, It's always going to be something. But as y'all know, it is draft week, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited. I'm not going to talk about a whole lot of that right now, obviously. This is an exclusive. And for the people that have been paying attention and they've been doing their homework, they know exactly what I'm about to bring up next. But, yeah, I will obviously promote tonight, as always, the Ultimate Raider Fan 32 show with the final mock draft of the night, of the week, I should say, before the big draft. So, tune in tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central, 9:30 Eastern, and 6:30 Pacific time. So, let's jump right on into it. Mr. Adam Butler. Hey, this kid's tough. This kid's the real deal. I absolutely think he is the 100% real deal. He is the 100%. I just don't I don't know how we got him, and he's still progressing, if you will. That's a very interesting one to me. I'll definitely, obviously, have to, dig in maybe even further from what I found to give myself a little bit more insight to see if this kid has much more years left. But as you know, I love to run it down. So we are talking about Mr. Adam Butler, born April 12th, 94, is an American football defensive end for the Las Vegas Raiders. He played college football at Vanderbilt. He signed with the New England Patriots as an undrafted free agent after the 2017 NFL draft. So, again, obviously coming from humble beginnings and, definitely has worked out. I think we will dive into those stats and you will absolutely see that he's worked out for us, for sure. Butler, his early years, a descendant of the children's rights campaigner Edna Gladney, attended Duncanville High, which is up here in Duncanville, Texas. 2-time captain of Duncanville Panthers football team. If you guys know anything about Texas and Duncanville, that's actually that's a big deal up there. Anything football related that's in that area is a big deal, if you will. Earned MVP honors his senior season. As I've stated, he attended Vanderbilt University in Nashville, Tennessee. He redshirted his freshman year and became a prominent member of the Commodores defense. He played 4 seasons strong, accumulating 113 total tackles, 10 sacks, 2 blocks, two blocked extra points, and a defensive touchdown. So that was his thing in college. Again, 6'5", 300 pounds. Kid's a monster. We got to also remember when you're talking about defensive tackles, true defensive tackles, those numbers absolutely matter when it comes to sacks and so forth. They may seem low to you, but you got to remember, for a defensive tackle to get sacks, you're talking about on average between 3 to 8. That's like your range. Anything above that is pretty extraordinary. Anything below that, and I'm talking for the season, not for a game, not for the season as far as the defensive tackle is concerned. That's just, the average. I'm just saying that's a typical tackle. Obviously, closer to the 8 and above, you're clearly elite. And, down at 3 to none, that may not necessarily be, that you're not elite, if you will. I mean, you may literally garner 3 people. I mean, I'm sure there are guys that you can go back with that stat and they're still monsters. I don't know. I'm just assuming based on the range, right, on your average defensive tackle. But this kid's big, man, right? So 6'5", 300 pounds, 32 and a quarter inch arm length, 9 3/4 hands. That's pretty small. He ran a 5.2. But again, ladies and gentlemen, defensive tackle, 1.18 on the split, which is not bad, 2.9 on the 20, 4.9 on the 20-yard shuttle, 7.5 on the 3 cone. He had a 28-inch vertical. You can't be mad at that. 8.5 broad jump. He came in with 23 reps on the bench press, which is respectable. It's definitely not anything that's going to say lights out to you, just keeping it 100. That's, not what I, reads, boom. But, right? I digress. I'm going to keep it on because, as you know, it is time to dive in to these stats, baby. Yeah. This is what I like to do, man. I really do. It's one of my favorites for sure. So, yeah, again, freshman going all the way to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt snags a lot of Texas kids as far as athletically. 100%. I know quite a few kids that, came out of Vanderbilt. I'm trying to think what else is. There's a couple of schools. Obviously, UT, University of Tennessee, not University of Texas. Knoxville. There's a bunch of schools out of Tennessee, man. Shout out to Tennessee. Vanderbilt. Great school as far as education and so forth. Well, yeah, let's dive right on in. Freshman. Yeah, 2013, man. 9 games played. 20 solo tackles. 10 assists, so a total of 30 tackles. 5.5 for loss. And again, remember, sacks. Tough to come by for a tackle that's had half a sack. But did have a fumble recovery that season, right? So, yeah. Oh, man, I forgot about putting the chat up. I might even actually have some people paying attention to me today on this. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Let me look at my chat spot, see where we at. Yeah, we do have people in the building. Shout out Steve. Shout out Brian Rogers. Yes, and I'm glad I just saw that. Duncanville is a powerhouse. You are absolutely correct, sir. Yeah, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Yeah, so, look, again, I'm glad this was brought up, and I brought this up because when it comes to discussing these stats, and referring to a kid coming from Texas, you know what I mean? That matters. You already know, pedigree means something to me. Coming from that school, yeah, that means something. So I'm hoping that kind of gets y'all a little prepared, if you will. Because, we're diving in, ladies and gentlemen. We're diving in. So, yeah, freshman year, outstanding, right? Sophomore year, 12 games. Only 16 solo tackles, but 19 assisted, right? So, for a total of 35. Everybody knows what Turf loves to pay attention to. What is that? Progression. So, previous year was 30, 35 the sophomore year. Sacks, Our guy got 2.5 sacks, ladies and gentlemen, to half a sack previous year. 3 pass deflections, a fumble recovery, and a touchdown his sophomore season. So obviously our young man is cooking so much that I can pretty much assure you and guarantee that, his junior and senior year was probably a little bit disappointing, maybe injuries, but I can assure you that he was well known and they knew what to do with him, right? If you will, as far as what best you can do when it comes to any NFL player coming out of any college, man. You are clearly a beast if you've been playing as long as this young man right here. So we dive in. 9 games, 11 solo tackles, 6 assists. So, yeah, Turf's not happy about the progression on this one, but clearly there's something going on, right? I'm going to have to assume injury. We can just, assume that 7 tackles for a loss, though, so he stayed with those 7 tackles and 3 sacks. So, I mean, something had to obviously happen. Nothing else happened for that season. And then his senior year, right? He got back to 13 full games. 18 tackles, 13 assisted, so 31 total, 7.5 for a loss, 4 sacks, pass deflection, and I mean, to round out your career at Vanderbilt, which is not a bad spot. That's not a bad spot, right? That's not a bad spot at all. Yeah. Oh, man, I've been showing y'all the wrong stats. My bad. Turf messed that up. So that's what I've been talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, Turf messed this one up. Yeah, that's what I've been woofing on. Is his college stats. These are his college stats here. So everything I said, you were looking at his NFL stats. I'll get to that next. Because I'm finished now on the college stats. So, yeah, just bear with me. Let's go back, dive right in when it comes to his NFL stats, right? Because, I mean, that's what matters most, right? The guy's been in the league since 2017, right? Undrafted free agent. So he comes into none other than one of the powerhouses, right? New England Patriots drafted, or they signed him as an undrafted free agent. Yep, and his first 16 games, he played his first games. Yeah, he played 16 full games, 17 tackles, 9 assisted. Solo. 9 solo, 8 assisted. He had 2 sacks. Ladies and gentlemen, I already told you, it's really hard to get sacks, right? Between 3 and 8 is your average on a season, not game or, Yeah, so we're talking defensive tackle, interior defensive tackle. So there you go. There you have it. 2 sacks. His rookie season. So I think, hey, he's at the bottom, but he's not at the bottom of the barrel. Second year with the Patriots in 18, right? You got to remember the Patriots had some dogs too, and he was considered one of them. So, 2018, played 16 games. Played 16 games total. Again, 17 total tackles, 8 solo and 9 assisted, 3 sacks, right? And 2 pass deflections. So, sophomore year, he's balling. Clearly, we know that Butler won a Super Bowl. That's, again, another feather in the cap for this guy, if you ask me. Absolute feather in his cap. So, yeah. Let's keep moving on. 2019, 16 games, 23 total tackles, 14 solo, 9 assists, 6 sacks, 5 pass deflections. you're reading between the lines right here already. 2020, 15 games, so obviously sat a game out, but 31 total tackles, 15 solo, 16 assisted, 4 sacks, 2 pass deflections. I mean, the kid's on fire, right? So obviously that caused for him to be traded, right? I'm assuming they may have thought he's on his way out, right? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the situation is from that respect. But that's in 2020. He transitions and moves to Miami in 2021. 17 games, 15 total tackles, 7 solo, 8 assists. So it's like he's back to square one, if you will. Only 2 sacks and 3 pass deflections. So maybe there's some injuries there or something like that. I don't know. And 2022, I have no data. Yeah, I have no data for 2022. So that's interesting to me. I don't know what happened to his 2022 season. You know what? Let me take a peek real quick. I want to know what happened in 2022. Yeah, we're going to pick 2020. Nope. I want Butler. Career. Yeah, what is wrong with the logs? I want 2022 season. Show me. Here we go. 2022 season. Yeah, reserve, future free agent. I don't know what happened in 2022 season, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies, I have no idea, but I'm just going to have to chalk it up to the game and give y'all the finals on that last season, because that would be our season in 2023. What did Adam Butler do for us? Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we went from having one of the worst defenses in the league to almost overnight going to a top 10 defense in the league. What did he do? He had 27 tackles, 15 solo, 12 assisted. He had a total of 5 sacks and 4 pass deflections. So he's, right, remember, 3-8. So he's on his way. Right? He's on his way to being the big part. It's another reason why, we're maybe asking ourselves, do we need another real true defensive tackle like a DeAndre Sweat, however you pronounce his first name, even though obviously we know we won't get him unless it's 5th or 6th round based on his ceiling being so, low, if you will, as far as the idiocracy. I don't even want to go into that. But yeah, let's keep it on Adam Butler, because I think these are phenomenal numbers. You can tell me if I'm wrong. You can tell me if you don't think he's been great, right? All I can do is give you the stats, ladies and gentlemen. Give you, like I say, the average of what a defensive tackle does when it comes to sacks. I did not look at tackles and so forth. Again, you're talking about defensive tackles. They're usually just run stoppers, and other people get the credit because they're double and triple teamed on a regular basis because they're huge human beings. So yeah, I mean, that's really the way it goes. So with that being said, yeah, we are at closing thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Closing thoughts. My closing thoughts are, Adam Butler is he's holding on. He's holding on to be a solid guy. I mean, he's 30 years old. I think he's got another 5 years in him. He's got that pedigree. I think he can improve at 30. I think he's, he's definitely right where I think he should be, based on the, credentials, his, where his, he comes from, his what lineage, if you want to call it. I'm a fan. I think he's, he's a Super Bowl champion, ladies and gentlemen. Again, you just got to understand. These are things that I think you absolutely, it gives you a little bit of an edge, right? You know, I mean, some people may be confused. Maybe some people agree with me, some people don't. But Mr. Adam Butler, Turf gives you a solid B. Solid B, ladies and gentlemen. B as in boy. It's my water. Yeah, I think he can easily become a B plus, even A minus after this season if the progression continues. You know, him paired with Butler with our new guy Wilkins and Kuntz and Mad Max, bro. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Even if we don't get another defensive tackle in the draft, we still got some practice players that may, you know what I'm saying, hold their own right, Nestor. We still got guys, man, that are, you know, true D tackles that we're not expecting to you know, be disruptors like an edge guy or anything remotely close to being hybrid or flexing on our pad. None of that. We just need those hogs. You know what I'm saying? We need those hogs. Yeah, 100% though. I absolutely give him a solid B. I think he's 100% worthy of that. I'm sure some people might give him a B plus. I'd be shocked to hear anybody give him a C or anything lower than a B minus. You know, let Turf know what it is, man. Put it in the chat. Put it in the comments. Leave a comment. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. But I know my true crew is already in here. Everybody subscribe, but if you haven't, please like and subscribe. And again, last but not least, comment in the video, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me what you think. Again, I give Mr. Adam Butler a B, solid B, as in boy, for a grade. Let me know what you think. We are going to the draft live, but like I say, tonight we'll have all kinds of conversation and everybody will know what's going on when it comes to that. So see you guys tonight, 8:30. The Ultimate Raider Fan 32. Until then, Turf is out. Peace. I don't see how we can't be happy about that.
Decomposing, you been bugging.
It should. So I immediately, set myself up, to expect a release. VIP section, you guys know how to do. So, absolutely.